Hey there, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about energy in Townstar. There's basically three ways that you can produce energy. You have a wind turbine, a nuclear power plant, and a power plant. This is a nuclear power plant, and it will generate from here. It's 4, 3, 2, 1 energy. So if you want to put your crops near it, if you don't want them to be affected by the power pollution, then that would be as close as you could put it. You have to give it 4 spaces. If you put this across the road from your mines, it will give 3 energy to the first 3 spots, and then after that you subtract 1 for every spot, so that would be 2, and this would be 1. So that's how the nuclear power plant works. It needs a water pump and a paved road to create, and you can turn them on and they will generate energy that you can store in a warehouse. It takes 20 seconds to create, no fuel required, and the power plant itself requires 5 steel and 5 iron to actually build it, and 5 energy. So that each piece of steel takes, first of all, you need a steel mill, and that costs $2 million, and then you need 10 pieces of iron for every piece of steel. So the total cost of the nuclear power plant in iron cost is 55 iron and 5 energy. So you need mines. If you saw my video on mines, you know how they work, and you would just turn it on to craft iron. Therefore, if you don't have a mountain, or you're not neighbors with somebody who does have a mountain, and you have no way to get iron, then you absolutely cannot, even if you had the $10 million required, you could not create a nuclear power plant. There's not a lot of benefit to actually having them. Just wanted to cover it and let you see how they work. Next, I will talk about the power plant. Be right back. Alright, I'm back with I've got my power plant built now, and basically the power plant is similar to the nuclear power plant, except if you notice, it shows that it needs 2 crude oil. If you want to craft energy, it only takes 10 seconds, but it requires 2 crude oil, okay? If you just want to use it for passive power, which if you don't have an oil seep, or you're not producing crude oil from an oil pump, then you don't even have to turn it off. It's not going to produce energy unless it can get to crude oil. Okay, so the passive power that it generates would be 3 for these 3 spots, 2 and 1. So you could put crops this close and they will grow and it would be fine. As far as the mines doing it from across the street, this again is 3 and 2. So all 3 of these spots would be 2, and then this spot would be the 2 minus 1 or 1 here. So that would be the reach of this. If you wanted to start from here and go out and have 3, if you place this one here, then you would have to place one right beside it, and that would give these 3 spots 2, and this one 1, and then the one beyond it 1. So just remember that every spot that can touch the power plant would get the most energy. So you're talking these 3. So these 3 would get 3, and then the same ones would get 2, and then if we had another row they would get 1, but also this would get 1 because it's 2 minus 1. It doesn't really give extra energy in the diagonal. And then this one, because you're talking 3, 3, and 3, it would get 2. But if you look at it from this side here, then it makes sense because you've got 3, and then these 3 get 2. So see that it works. So that is really all there is to know about the power plant, except for they cost $100K, and they take 5 lumber, 5 wood, and 5 energy to create, and they require a paved road and a water pump. So in that regard, it's just like the nuclear power plant as far as water pump and paved road. Okay, so that is the second way. And the third way to generate energy, and this has no passive energy. This is just generates energy, and it takes 1 minute, and you can stop it at any time. If you don't want to fill your warehouse up with energy, then you can stop it and start it as you need energy. It does have a shade of 2. So this and this, these 2 right here are affected. Notice this row is not, and this is not. So it would be, this row would have 2, and then this row would have 1. So that's the way that those work. Pretty straightforward. They're very affordable. It does take a road, but it doesn't have to be a paved road. So the cost for the road is just $1K, and then it only takes 1 wood to build, and it's $2,500. So these are definitely helpful when you're first starting out, and in order to build a power plant, you notice that it requires 5 energy, and the way that you would get 5 energy would be with a wind turbine, and that's how you get started with that. So that's really all there is to know about energy production. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful and informative. If it was, like, share, and subscribe.